What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out one of the most legendary affordable dive watches ever made, the Citizen Promaster Marine. This watch has a cult following, crazy history, and specs that punch way above its price. If you've been looking for a legit mechanical dive watch that doesn't cost a fortune, this one might honestly be one of the best options out there. So let's break down the design, specs, comfort, real-world wear, and who this watch is actually for. The Citizen Promaster line has been around for decades, and this specific case design goes all the way back to the late 1990s. It was originally designed as a true professional dive watch, not just a fashion piece that looks like one. In fact, this design has been used by military and professional divers alike, especially in Asia and Europe, which gives it some serious credibility. What makes this model special is it blends old school tool watch DNA with modern materials and finishing, all while staying surprisingly affordable. So right away, this watch already carries some serious heritage and a function-forward design. Let's run through the main specs real quick. You're getting a 42mm stainless steel case, about 12mm thick, with a 20mm lug width, which puts it right in the sweet spot for most wrists. Inside is a lower cost 8000 series automatic movement, specifically the 8204, which is a proven workhorse Japanese mechanical movement. It features hacking and hand winding capabilities, though it's a tad loud and you can hear the rotor spinning when on the wrist if it's completely quiet. Unlike some other automatics, this does not have a see-through back, so no checking out the internals. It's just overall reliable, durable, and easy to service. You're typically looking at around 40 hours of power reserve, and the real-world accuracy usually falls within plus or minus 15 to 20 seconds per day, which is a tad annoying but reasonable for an affordable mechanical watch. This isn't a luxury movement, but it's exactly what you want in a tool watch. It's something you don't have to baby, something you can beat up, and something that'll just keep on working. And honestly, this is where this watch shines. This also has water resistance that is rated up to 200 meters, which qualifies it as a legit ISO rated dive watch. You also get a screw down crown, rotating dive bezel, and a flat mineral crystal top. Overall, these are pretty nice watch specs, especially at this price point. Now let's talk about the design because this is where this watch really stands out. First, that green dial. It's not your typical flat green and instead is more fluorescent and neon. It can change depending on the lighting. It shifts from green tones to more yellow. It looks fantastic in natural light and you might love it or hate it. Really, there's no in between with this color. I personally love it and I've gotten countless compliments on this watch. The hands and markers are all heavily loomed and Citizen absolutely nailed the loom on this model. It's bright, long-lasting, and extremely legible in the dark. I will say the loom might almost be too much as the hands also have the slightest border so they can disappear a little bit on the face. One of the coolest design features is the crown placement at 8 o'clock instead of the usual 3. And this makes the watch more comfortable, especially if you're bending your wrist a lot or wearing it all day. The bezel has really nice deep grip teeth, making it easy to rotate even with gloves or wet hands, and the clicks feel solid and purposeful. The bezel has great control and the alignment is spot on. It has great tolerances and it feels great. This watch just screams functional tool watch, and I love that Citizen kept it true to that mission instead of overstyling it. On the wrist, the Promaster wears incredibly well. Even though it's 42mm, the short lug-to-lug distance and flat case profile make it feel like a much smaller watch. It sits flat, hugs the wrist, and it doesn't feel top-heavy. It ships with a rubber strap that is soft, flexible, and comfortable, but I just found it a bit too cheap looking. I instead switched it out for this plain black NATO strap, and it's much more low profile. I'm a huge fan of NATO straps as it doesn't pinch, doesn't pull hair, and still feels secure. This watch is an extremely comfortable one. It's one of those watches you can legitimately wear all day, whether you're at work, running errands, hiking, swimming, or traveling. And because of the crown placement, you never get that annoying digging into the back of your hand feeling. So why does this watch have such a cult following? It's pretty simple. It delivers proven reliability, has real dive capability. It's just a classic dive watch design and profile. It's a really comfortable daily piece, and overall it has insane value. There aren't many watches that can check all these boxes under a few $100. This is the kind of watch you can daily wear, travel with it, swim with it, hike with it, and just not worry about babying it. It's not flashy, it's not trendy, it's just good. And coming under the $250 mark is just icing on the cake. So who should buy the Citizen Promaster Marine? Maybe if you want your first mechanical watch, or a reliable everyday carry watch, maybe a legit dive watch, or just something durable and affordable. This is just an absolute home run. And if you aren't too rough with it, it's one of those watches you can buy once and use it for years. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the Citizen Promaster. Are you team green dial, or do you prefer the classics and something a little bit more low-key? If you enjoyed this review, hit that like button, subscribe for more EDC and gear content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.